Good morning, everyone. This morning I'm in just north of Medford, Oregon. I'm going to do the lower Table Rock Trail. It's about 6.3 miles, a little over 800 feet of climbing. Once we get to the top of the rock, I'm told there's some great views, so I'm hoping to share that with you. It's a beautiful day here today in Oregon. Sunny, some clouds, some nice pretty clouds. Right now it's mid to upper 50s, but it's supposed to get into the upper to low 70s later today. And let me flip this camera around. And you can see I'm here at the trailhead. And this over here, this is Table Rock. That's where we're climbing up to. It's an out and back trail, but there's some offshoots once you get to the top that go to some nice overlooks. And like I said, hopefully there'll be some nice views I can share with you, take some pictures. And I can already see there's some nice wildflowers here. Nice purple flowers. Okay, I've seen some cars in the parking lot. So I'm sure I'm going to run into some other people, but it doesn't look too crowded. Should be a great hike. As I'm walking, I'm noticing these trees, and I see things growing on it. First I thought they were apples. I'm positive these aren't apples. Let me zoom in. I tried doing a Google image search. Couldn't get a great, good answer on it. But it's everywhere. It's growing all over these trees. Let me zoom in. You can see it's over there too. I was just talking to another hiker. Asked her what she thought it was. She didn't know either. She thought it was maybe some kind of mold or fungus, which is very possible. If you know what that is, I'd be very happy if you could tell me. But it is just on everything out here. I mean, look at this bush here. It's just loaded with it. It's everywhere. Different. Never seen that before. All right, like I said, please, if you know what that is, I'd love to know. Thanks. I'm a mile into the hike. I've done 437 feet of climbing, which if the whole trail is a little over 800, I'm a little more halfway up. It's been a nice steady climb. The trail's in good shape though. Nothing very steep. It's going to be kind of hard to tell in the video, but this is a little uphill here. The trail's in pretty good shape, but this is the worst of it I've seen so far. That's easy enough to get around. Lots of beautiful bird song going on. Stop for a second, maybe you can hear it. I was trying to see one of the birds, catch them in action while they're singing. But they're very good at hiding in those trees, and I haven't been able to spot one yet. If I do, I'll try to get them on the film here. But great hike. I'm enjoying it. It's a good workout. Actually, I was at the gym yesterday, did a little bit of leg work, so they were a little sore to start, but they're feeling better now. I feel good. Okay, onward and upward. We've hit some switchbacks. We're still climbing uphill. In a much more forested area here. Let me turn around, let you get a view all the way around. I did manage to see a couple of birds. But every time I get the camera out, before I can get set up to shoot, they'd fly away. I don't know how they do that. They're good. They know they're camera shy. And very easy trail to follow. It's in pretty good shape. No serious issues climbing over these rocks and climbing up. I should be getting pretty close to the top. And if I get there, or when I get there, it's not if, I will get there, I'll show you some of the views. There's a good sized one. Star would definitely have chased it away. She loves chasing those things. Matter of fact, she likes chasing any kind of animal, but that's what dogs do. Looks like I've reached the top. Haven't gotten to any views yet, but I should be shortly. I had mentioned earlier at the beginning, there's some offshoots to the main trail that go out to some overlooks. But the first I'm going to do is hike to the end of this trail on the far end of Table Rock here. And then on my way back, I'll do those other little offshoots and I'll show you the views from there. In the meantime, some nice flowers here. And a deer. Hi, deer. Don't seem to be too bothered by me. He's pretty close. He's less 20, 25 feet away. Have a great day, dear. That was fun. I'm glad I got that. Here's those wildflowers. I just saw this placard here which identifies some of the flowers. So if you'd like, you can pause the video here and then you can identify some of the flowers I've been videoing. I don't know if these gold fields, I don't think that was it though, that I just videoed, those yellow flowers. Maybe it was these, Fitch's tarweed, I'm not sure. I didn't get that close of a look. Well, maybe you can identify those and put in the comments for me. Let me give you a little bit of a hint of some of the views. Beautiful clouds. All right, I'm gonna, once I get closer to one of the overlooks, I'll give you a better view of some of the looks, some of the views here. There's a group of turkey vultures over here. Got their wings spread and they're just sunning. Not sure why they do that. There's got to be at least a half a dozen or more of them over there. Let me see if I can zoom in just a little more. Pretty cool. I've seen anhingas do this, their wings spread. I've never seen turkey vultures do it. Here comes another one. Where is he? I missed him. But that's cool to see. I'm almost at the end of the main trail. The scenery's changed a little. All these rocks, which look to be volcanic in origin. And there's smaller trees up here. It's a nice little scene there. I'm almost, like I said, to the end of the main trail. Gotta be a little more careful walking here. Like I said, there's some rock croppings here. Nothing too difficult to hike over. Just gonna watch your step. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit and get a little better idea of these views here. These clouds and the mountains. You can see there's going to be a nice view of the valley below us. This looks like the end. Got some crops growing down there. Not sure what they're growing there. Looks like a cement plant down there. Just a beautiful little valley. We climb up here just a little bit. Hopefully you can get a better view. Definitely a better view. So pretty. Nice to have these clouds out here. They always add to the scene, make it look so much prettier. Okay, that's view number one. I'm going to retrace my steps and I'm going to do some of those other little trails that shoot off of the main trail. I'll show you those in a couple minutes. I've reached the first spur trail off the main trail. It's not very long, it's very short. And this will give us another different view, looking out over the top here from Table Rock. Really not a very well-defined trail here. You gotta pick your way through these rocks. This looks like could be a trail. Just another gorgeous view. Looks like down there's a marina. You know, it wasn't very windy, and it just started now to be a little windy. So I hope the wind's not causing too much of a noise issue on the video. Beautiful. Some more farmland. The river is the Rogue River. And I believe going out in that direction starts the, we're heading towards the town of Medford, which is a good sized town. And I judge that by the fact that they have a Costco. If you've got a Costco, you're a decent sized town, city. Actually, looking a little closer, I think Medford might actually be in that direction. In either case, we're looking south, and Medford south of here. Okay, I'm going to head back to the main trail, and I'm going to take that next spur trail. It didn't take very long to get to the second spur. This one's longer than the last one I was on, but the first overlook is close by. It's not going to be that much different from the last view we had. We'll take a look anyway. And then this part of the trail follows along the rim of the Table Rock here. More beautiful country. Now, Old Trail says this continues this way. It doesn't look like a very defined trail. There's one of those turkey vultures. Where is he? Oh, there's a bunch of them here. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to follow this for a little ways, see where it takes me. I'm going to have to backtrack to get back to the main trail. But if there's a very nice view at the end of this, I'll show that to you. I just came across this marker here, this cross. Not sure if someone came to an untimely end here, falling off the edge of the cliff. There is a cliff right here. You can see over there, it's pretty steep. It goes straight down. And there's someone got a little too close to the edge. And this was the last place they visited. I hope not. I hope that's not what that's for. The trail continues. I think it ends on the tip over there. I'm going to keep following this around. I believe these rocks are basalt, which is, again, left over from volcanic action, or activity, we should say. Nice scene. Not that much further to go. When I get to the end of this spur, I'll show you what I see. I am at the end of this second spur trail, and this is the view. Not that much different from the last view. So I won't stay here very long. I did notice there's three gentlemen sitting over here on this edge. They all have their long telephoto lenses, which I assume are 200 to 600 zooms or something similar to that, and taking pictures of the birds. I think I'll go over there later on the way out and say hello, see how they're doing. But I got to do backtracking, get back to the main trail, and then there's one last spur trail we got to do, and I'll show you where that's at when we get to it. This is the view from the third and final spur trail. Yeah, just amazing view. Very pretty. Lots of farmland. And let me tell you a little about this trail. This trail, I came from that direction. The main trail is back that way. The spur continues along this way, and it is U-shaped. So it'll go along the edge of the rim here for a little while and then go back to the main trail. So this time I won't have to do any backtracking to get to the main trail. I did go and talk to those three guys that were taking pictures of birds, and I asked them about that cross that I saw, and they did tell me that people have fallen off the edge of the cliff. You know, it's a shame. You got to be careful out here. One false step or a little slip, and it could be your last one. It's very, sometimes it's not worth taking a risk to getting too close to the edge. I mean, I try not to be too risky, and almost had a bad ending on a hike that I did near Tucson, Arizona. But you just never know. You gotta be careful. I also saw a large group of people just come up on the main trail, and I'm hoping I can avoid them going around this way on this spur. And now what? This, okay, never mind. I thought I came to a dead end. It does continue here. But I mentioned earlier that the All Trails had this listed as 6.3 miles in total. I've done almost 4 already, so I got a feeling it's going to be more than 6. I'm not sure if they don't count the spur trails in that total. They should. I don't see why they wouldn't. It's part of the trail they have listed. But look at these pretty yellow flowers here. Very nice. It was a nice time of year to come up here. All right, I'm going to finish hiking this spur, get back to the main trail, and then I'm going to start making my way back to the trailhead. If I see anything interesting on the way down, I'll stop and show you that as well. I will try to find some birds that are singing. Maybe I can get a video of that. It'd be nice. All right, if I don't see anything, I'll see you at the trailhead. Finally get to see a bird sitting in the open, but he's not singing. He's bobbing his head like he's listening to his tune in his head. All right, cool. At least I got to see one bird. I did see one other bird. And just as I was getting ready to video him, someone else was coming up the trail, and I guess he got spooked and flew off. I'm almost done. I got another half hour to go before I reach the trailhead. I'll see you when I get down there and give you the hike totals. I'm getting close to the end here. I can see the cars in the parking lot here at the trailhead. And it looks like this is going to be about 6.5 miles, 922 feet of climbing. And right now it's 3 hours and 20 minutes. But that includes all the time I stopped doing videos. I chatted with those people that were photographing the birds. You know, if you don't do any of that stuff, I could see you doing this easily in 2.5 hours. Maybe even less. But I will tell you, it did get very crowded. There was a group, I had mentioned it earlier when I was up there at the top, but I saw a group come up. There must have been close to 200 people in that group alone, and then I passed many others as I was coming down, they were going up. So my recommendation, as always, would be to start early. When I first started out here, there was, I think, 2 or 3 other cars in the parking lot. And then hardly see too many people on the trail. And today's a Friday. I would imagine on a weekend, on a Saturday, Sunday, it would be even more crowded. But it's a beautiful hike. I saw some interesting things, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And now I got to head back to the van. I'm going to walk Star a little bit, and then I'm going to look for another place to stay tonight. So I appreciate if you're still watching. Appreciate you watching up to this point. Thank you very much. Thank you to everybody that subscribed recently. That's much appreciated. All the likes, just the same. Appreciation shown there. If you haven't subscribed yet, why not? Star and I would greatly appreciate it. So until the next time, keep smiling. Remember, all shall be well. And most importantly, be grateful. There's many things to be grateful for. Just sit down and think about it. You'll think of many things to be grateful for. Okay, thanks again for watching. Love you all. Until the next time, goodbye.